Hello all you wonderful people, welcome to the channel. My name is Em Reynolds and, well, here's my second AuthorTube newbie type questionnaire thingy that people do on AuthorTube. Did you get all that? I hope you did, because I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the AuthorTube newbie type questionnaire thing is for people on AuthorTube to get to know people better and to get to know what they do when it comes to writing. If you're here, I'm guessing you're into writing or you're into books in some shape or form. I've got 13 questions in front of me, and hopefully my iPad will not fall down from the stand, and we'll be good, and we'll be able to get through the next 10 to 12 minutes without failure, because I've recorded this video about 6 times already, and it's not going well. But we move, and we'll figure it out. Don't click off the video just yet. I promise I'm a relatively normal person, okay? Are we okay with that? Let's go. Question 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? I found out about AuthorTube when I was about 13 years old, and I was scrolling through videos, and I found videos about NaNoWriMo, and I found videos about certain AuthorTubers, and I was like, hey, this looks really fun, because I was always into books, and I was always into writing, and I was watching videos, and I was like, I kind of want to do this too, and it took a long time. It took a couple of years for me to actually do it, because I was like, oh, what if people find out I'm on YouTube? And now I don't care. Now I honestly, I could not care if people know I'm on YouTube or not, whether I like them or not, but that's completely fine. This is the first video of many, I hope. I'm gonna try to keep a relatively good upload schedule, okay? So I've been out through, like I said, NaNoWriMo, AuthorTube videos. I was just scrolling one day, kind of binge watched a ton of them, and now we're here, a couple of years later, and I'm starting my own AuthorTube, well, my second one. I did have an old AuthorTube channel, but like I got bored and I kind of stopped recording on it, like I said. Question 2. What genres do you write in? I'm currently writing in crime/thriller. That's my current novel, but I've got plans for supernatural fantasy, I've got plans for horror, I've got plans for sci-fi, I've got plans for a lot of things, because I don't want to be stuck in one genre. I don't want to have to, you know, just write all my books in crime or in romance. I want to dip my feet into... Actually, no, screw that. I don't want to dip my feet in. I want to dive into every single genre, because that'll get the creative juices flowing even more, and it's more writing for me to do and more ideas for me to have, which is a good thing when it comes to this, because writing is so much fun. I'm sure most people watching can agree with me on that. Along with that, like I said, main book is currently in crime thriller, which is hopefully going to be nearly done, hopefully done by end of year, and we can send it off to the publishers, and then it can be in stores, and then the dream I've had for the last few years, well, actually no, for the last many years, since the age of 8 years old, will be fulfilled. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? Multiple POVs each chapter. So, for example, how I write when it comes to point of views, I never write in first person, and I kind of write in third person, but every chapter is a different character. It follows their thoughts, their actions, and what they do, depending on the type of chapter it is. So my first draft of my first book had only 2 characters for chapters. Like, each chapter will be one of the 2 characters, but then due to draft 2 and draft 3, we've kind of moved on to a lot more. I think we've got about 5 characters now, which is mad. I was not expecting that at all in the slightest. And when it comes to age groups, anything. I don't really want to limit my book. I guess not like young kids shouldn't be reading, because my mind is a really messed up place, and my ideas are. I don't think I hold back when it comes to squeamish things. Because I don't know why I'm that kind of person that likes to write realistically. So anyone from like the age of 14 plus. I don't want to have to stick people into like one thing, like, oh, you're over the age of 18, this book's not for you. Oh, you're under the age of 18, oh, this book's not for you. No, let stories be stories. Let people read whatever they want, in my opinion. That's just how I see it. Are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? I used to be a mad plotter. In recent months, I've kind of, due to quarantine and my mind going a bit, I'm kind of a mix now. I'm kind of a plantser that tends towards plotting more than pantsing. But like, sometimes I plot thoroughly, sometimes I have every single chapter ready to go, and sometimes I go, nah, let's just fly by the seat of my ass. I don't know, it's a mix. I change a lot throughout the time. But I'm definitely not like a sheer plotter or a sheer pantser. I like to have a little bit of order in planning and writing, but at the same time I'm like, oh, screw that, let's just do this. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published, like many aspiring authors across the planet. I'm hoping to be published sometime next year, which would be amazing if that were to happen. But of course I have no control over when I get published, because that's up to publishers, because I'm going to try go down the traditional publishing route over the self-publishing route, because I don't know why I want to kind of traditionally publish. And when my book is in stores, when, not if, when my book is in stores, I will just stand at the window for hours and just go, yeah, I did that. And I'm going to feel very proud about it. But yes, I am yet to be published. I wish I was published, but I'm not self-published or traditionally published just yet. What publishing company, literary agent and or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house or literary agent? I could not care what agency or what publishing house I get. If my book gets into stores, that's fine by me. I don't care if it's the best one on the planet or some average one in a corner shop. If they can get my books to the stores and I can live off writing, that suits me perfectly fine. I don't want to be the best writer ever. I don't want to be a world famous celebrity when it comes to writing. No, I just want to write because I want to write because I love to write. Which is something I know a lot of people have that kind of thing where it's like, I don't really want to be famous. I kind of just want to write because I write aloud. But there are those that are like, oh, I want to write books and make money, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not what I think. I just write because I like to write. But the short answer is I don't really care as long as they're good. As long as they're able to help me fulfill my dream of being able to make a living off writing, that suits me perfectly okay. What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? A lot of different things. I love writing vlogs, and the chance to make writing vlogs makes my life ever so brighter. So expect a lot of those. Book reviews. I love books and I love to talk about the books, and now I have an excuse to talk for so long, well not so long, but between 10 to 12 to 15 minutes of talking about books I love, which is amazing because words, I love books so much. Rankings, because ranking is a completely original idea made up by me that no one else has done in the past whatsoever in any sort of way. I made up that idea. Ranking things from favorite to least favorite, I've never heard of anyone doing that before. I don't know, I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. I think I just stole a joke off one of my favorite YouTubers, but we can ignore that. I apologize. He's a very good YouTuber. And but in fairness, I have a couple of special videos dedicated to things I think no one has done before. I kind of have things running through my head and getting things sorted, and it's like, oh damn, I kind of really want to do this, and I don't think anyone's done it, so expect a few of them. When did you start writing? I started writing at the age of 9 in my grand's flat. I was staying there one night and I was like, oh, I can write books instead of just reading them. And that ties into the next question. What was the first story you ever wrote? It was called The Vampires of Ireland. I'm Irish. I live in Dublin. I'm a leprechaun. I'm a potato farming leprechaun. And yeah, it was called The Vampires of Ireland because this is back when Emmett was in his edgy vampire phase and watched Twilight. No offense to Twilight fans, but I just can't stand it. Okay, that was a bit of an interruption, but we're fine. I think we're okay. Where was I? Yes, my first story was The Vampires of Ireland because I'm Irish, and it followed vampires killing people, and then there were vampires and people were fighting the vampires. It was about 6-7 pages long, and the pages were like that size, but I'm proud of it, and it's somewhere in my house. Or my grand's house. I don't know. It's somewhere. I'll find it someday, okay? The next question. We've only got 4 more left. We're okay. I think we're making good time. We're only about 10 minutes in. What authors have inspired you the most? The authors that have inspired me to start properly writing the most comes down to the greatest writer to ever live, Stephen King. Sorry, I'm a Stephen King fanboy. I can't help it. He is my favorite author of all time. But 2 other people do also help in the fact that I love writing. One is Derek Landy, an Irish author and the author of the Skullduggery Pleasant series and the Demon Road series, and Michael Grant, the writer of the Gone series and the Hero trilogy. And he's got a couple of other books I have not read yet, but I'm gonna get around to. Stephen King, Derek Landy, and Michael Grant are my 3 favourite authors on the planet. And J.K. Rowling, I was a big fan of, and then she said some pretty stupid things because that's all the woman does, and kind of put me off her just a little bit. But yeah, Derek Landy, Michael Grant, Stephen King. Go check out Derek Landy, Michael Grant, and Stephen King's books. They're all brilliant authors, and I love them all with every bone in my body. Last 3 questions. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? Okay, because of school, I get up at 5 in the morning and write until 7. I get up at 10 to 5, make myself a cup of tea, then I'm writing for the next 2 hours, which I average about 2,000 words. Then I get ready for school, I head off to school, I come home, and in the evening I do about another hour and a half, which kind of averages out to between 3,000 to 3,500 words in the daily. That's on weekdays. On weekends, I can get like 5,000 words done. Or I can get no words done because I'm out with mates or something like that. But weekdays are work days. Oh my god, my hair's a mess. I apologise. But yeah, I have a set routine. I don't just write whenever I want. I write from 5 till 7, and then in the evenings, I make an hour and a half for myself. It's kind of a mix, yeah, because I don't have a set time in the evening, but I get it done because I usually spend late evening to watching television or a movie or something like that. But weekends, like, I can get so much done, or I can do nothing. But like I said, at the least it's 3,000 between 3,000 and 3,500 words a day. Do you use a computer, a typewriter, write everything by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I use my laptop because I could not write by hand. I admire people like Neil Gaiman who write entire drafts in hand. Oh my god, I just wouldn't be able for it. One, because I can barely read my own handwriting because I was a stupid kid and I didn't try when it came to handwriting when I was younger. And now my writing looks like it came from a toddler, which is a really humiliating thing to think of, but we're improving. It's not as bad as I think it to be. I'm just being a fool. And I usually write at my desk. I've got a big desk here that I use for homework and essays, and I'm writing it, or I'll write on the couch or the kitchen table or the island in my kitchen. I kind of just sit up on that with my laptop on my lap at like 6:30 in the morning, and we'll write from there. And lastly, what are you most looking forward to now that you're part of AuthorTube? Honestly, it's getting to know people. It's getting to talk to people that admire books and writing and literature as much as I do. Getting to talk about opinions when it comes to certain aspects of certain series or novels. And it's getting to share my own work and my own ideas and opinions with all of you wonderful people that end up stumbling upon this video or watching my videos. And yeah, I honestly can't wait, and it's one of the reasons I decided to get back into recording and get back into being on YouTube in general. But that's it. That's all the questions done. That's the 13 AuthorTube Newbie type questions. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, consider being my first ever subscriber. If not, just subscribe anyway. If you liked the video, like it. If you hated it, dislike it. It's up to you. I don't mind. I just like making videos. And hopefully I'm going to try record and upload 3 times a week. I kind of want to do Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We'll try see how long I can keep that going. It's currently Sunday, so this will be getting uploaded tomorrow. And this should be up tomorrow. It should be up like early tomorrow morning. So I'll try to upload it when I go up at 5. But until then, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Talk to you soon.